Hi, it's Bill Palm again, and what I want to work on today in this ongoing demonstration of Seagulls and Surf at Sunset Bay, southern western Oregon, is start working in this grassy area which is beneath the pine trees above here on the painting. I have mixed up several pools of color. They are at the top there. You'll see some phthalo green coming down on the left, burnt sienna on the right, raw sienna. Further down on the left is sap green, and then phthalo blue and some Joe's yellow on the left over here, and some permanent alizarin crimson on the right. So I've pre-mixed them because I want to move very quickly through this area here so that I can mix the colors as I go, and it works well. So here we go. Find my brush. There it is. Okay, let's start with a little sap green, perhaps a little blue in it here, and we'll just start working in this area here. Now I will darken the bottom of this a little more so that it looks better. Right now I'm working as usual on an initial wash first. I don't want to go too far without putting a little variety in it. It's going to look a little bright, but it will dry duller than it is right now. And each time I pick up a new color, I'm rinsing out my brush and just picking up some of the mixed color. Coming down and letting it mix on the paper as I go across. It mixes on the paper because my paint is quite wet and my board is tilted a little bit so it can flow downward. You can kind of see it running downward this way as I go across. Okay, coming back into the sap green, mixing a little blue with it once again. Coming over here like that. You see it? Look how much different that looks in there. So it's kind of remarkable. Out of that few colors, you get so many different colors. Come in, that's a little dark, so I'm going to vary the value. And I'm leaving a little ridge at the top. I'll come down and cut some hard edges along the top so you can see the actual tops of the bushes later on. It's getting a little dark for me there, so what I did was I rinsed my brush, blotted it, got most of the water out of it so I could lighten it up a little bit for good background color there. Decided to add a little cobalt. Actually, excuse me a minute, I got the wrong color. I'm going to go in and get some cobalt blue in my mixing area. Come in with that a little bit there. It's a little tamer than the harsh phthalo blue, so it's a good alternate there as I'm mixing my way across the paper here. See, it won't be quite so intense when I get here like that. I'm going to go right over my bird as I move along here because I have the masking tape on there. Of course, it's not going to cause me a problem. I put a little phthalo green in here, which is a very vivid color, and a little bit of that color does go a long way, but a little bit of it in there can brighten things up and make them a little more exciting, for sure. I'm trying to break my line so I don't have a straight line here. Not a straight line here, not a straight line here, not to get these two parallel. What I want on the bird, and the reason I taped it, is I can just paint freely around it without worrying about it, and I get a nice clean edge because I want my bird to look good, for sure, and have a nice clean drawn edge to it. and come up over here and indicate the top of some of these bushes as I move along here. I'm alone, so I'm having to do this myself. I'm making good time, which is always good. I mix a little phthalo blue in with my green. Breaking up that line just a little more, so I like it. So it's good. I think at this point I want to introduce a little bit of my red, just a teeny bit. You get too much of that in there, it's going to really uglify the whole thing, make it a little too dirty looking. Let's see, this is still pretty wet around here, so maybe I can get, if I get a few blooms or back runs as they call it, where it isn't drying perfectly smooth, it's okay, because we are in a foliage area here, and I'm going to go over it with some darks anyway. Do not like that straight line like that there though. Oh, that's from the top of the cliff. Can't do much about that, but other than cover it up. Okay, still working my way across, working into the wet paint. Here I can add a little water, make it a little lighter in value in this area. Add some green, add some blue, add a touch of brown here and there to add some warmth to it. And you will find brown like that in trees, oddly enough. Make sure I get a nice smooth line around my bird, pretty much. So this is going to be the tops of bushes. Let's see what time we got. Well, we're getting close there, so I better move on so I can pretty much complete this initial wash. This is just the beginning of it. I'll come in with maybe a couple more times to define some tops of some foliage areas. I'm coming to the right here where we get close to the surf. I want a little brighter yellow perhaps there, which is a nice area for people to look at. And coming in with just, oops, well, that's hardly any. Just a little bit of red here and there. That's it. Very transparent, nice. You can see it there. Permanent alizarin crimson, which adds a lovely tang to your greens if you don't use too much. I came close to using just too much right there. So mixing as I go, trying to vary the colors quite a bit from left to right. And we'll see how that turns out when it dries. I'm going to be going into it again with some nice dark colors for sure. Liven it up with some dark punch, that is, dark colors that put some punch into it, some drama into it, some contrast with these lighter colors. Most of these colors are going to be fairly light when they dry. There we go. I think I like that. It's got a nice variety. It's very light here, a little darker down here. It's going to have some variety in the values as well as the color. So I think that went well, and I will move this around a little bit so you can get a little better look at it. And it's just about time to wrap up this segment. This is clip number 7. Number 8. Did I say 7? It's number 8. I'm losing track. Too many clips. And the watercolor demonstration series on this Seagull and Surf in Southwest Oregon called Sunset Bay. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. We'll be doing probably some more in the green foliage areas next time. Bye bye for now.